Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to make 3 dips using the same base. These dips are delicious and I've been using them for over 10 years. You're going to love them for parties, you're going to love them just to snack on at home with your family, and if we ever get a potluck again, you're going to have it made. For the base of this dip, you're going to want to have some plain whole milk yogurt. You cannot use non-fat yogurt because you aren't going to have enough milk fat in there to create a sour cream / cream cheese type base. And that's what you're going to need for the base of all of the dips that we're making today. Last night, I got a deep bowl and I put a colander in it, and I lined the colander with a flour sack towel. You can use any clean, unsoftened towel that you use in your kitchen, but I find that the flour sack towels end up letting just enough liquid through while allowing everything to solidify the way it needs to. Again, I really want to make sure that you understand, do not use any softener in the towels that you're going to use. It's also perfectly acceptable to use cheesecloth, but my recommendation would be to either get a high quality cheesecloth or double or triple it up to make sure that you don't lose any of the actual cream cheese. The first dip that we're going to make today is your basic onion dip that we all have had throughout the years on holidays. You can use the Lipton onion soup mix, you can use a store brand, or you can use a homemade onion soup mix. We actually might make that in the future, but for today, we are going to use Lipton onion soup mix. Let's get started. For this recipe, it's very simple. We have approximately 2 cups of the cream cheese base, and that is substituting for the Lipton original recipe of 1 pound or 2 cups of sour cream. And then I placed 1 envelope of the Lipton onion soup mix into the bowl. Now we're going to mix it up. All mixed up. I'm going to go ahead and transfer it into a smaller bowl, cover it, and I'm going to put it into the refrigerator for a minimum of 1 hour to let the flavors marry and let the dried onions soften up a little bit. The second dip is what we call pepper dip, and I use a can of drained Ortega diced green chilies. This is inspired by my next door neighbor growing up. She made it for all of the block parties for the 4th of July, and I continue that tradition today. So what I've done is I've added 1.5 cups of the cream cheese base that we made with the plain yogurt. I've added a drained 7-ounce jar of mild diced green chilies. And now I'm going to put in 2 large minced cloves of garlic. Now you'll see that there's a little juice from the peppers, and I wanted that to be in there. So whatever's left after you've drained it, go ahead and just make sure there's about a tablespoon of reserved juice. I'm going to go ahead and add now just the tiniest bit of garlic salt. That's why I didn't put in too many garlic cloves, okay? Because we want to add a little saltiness. This is a slightly tart base, which gives it a great flavor, but you do want to add just a tiny bit of salt. Now I'm going to mix that all together, and we are going to put this, and you do want the consistency to be somewhat soft, just like this, okay? Because you're going to be dipping chips into it, okay? And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to put this into the refrigerator, just like the onion soup dip, and we are going to let it sit together and get married for approximately an hour. 2 hours is better if you have the time. The third dip that we're going to make today is a sun-dried tomato dip. It's very simple and delicious. All right, so this is the final dip today. This is the sun-dried tomato dip, and I have 1.5 cups, just over 1.5 cups of the whole milk plain yogurt that's been strained into a cream cheese. I have a half a cup of diced sun-dried tomatoes that were packed in olive oil. They were drained, and I did reserve a little bit of the liquid just in case we need to add it at the end. I have a very generous heaping teaspoon of freshly minced garlic, and I'm going to add just the tiniest bit of garlic salt in there. Okay, that's less than a quarter teaspoon. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix it up and we're going to show it to you when it's all ready to put into the refrigerator. Okay, so I have mixed up the sun-dried tomato and garlic dip. And again, it's going to go into the refrigerator for a minimum of 1 hour. 2 hours or more is better, and overnight is even better than that. It will firm up in there, and this is really good on crackers or chips. So I did not need to add any reserved olive oil from the sun-dried tomato jar, just for your point of reference. All right, so let's give them each a try. This is the onion soup mix that we made first. It just has a little tang that you don't get from sour cream, and you're certainly not going to get from cream cheese. And the consistency is delicious. The pepper dip, oh gosh, it's so good. Feel free to add other peppers to it if you wish, if you want a little bit more kick, but this is pretty spicy stuff. Delicious. You'll like this one too. And last, but certainly not least, the sun-dried tomato and garlic dip. This is really yummy on a good crispy cracker, but use whatever cracker you wish. It's a winner. And there we have it. These 3 dips using a single homemade creamy base are absolutely amazing. Please let us know if you try these recipes or if you were inspired to create your own. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and be sure to share it with your friends and family. Thank you for visiting Big Valley Living. Have a great day.